Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. I hope you're well, and today I want to discuss 3 gym mistakes that I did and most of the people, probably your friends and other people you see in the gym, most likely do them. And I just want to break it through and see how can you overcome these obstacles slash mistakes and make a better progress for yourself. First thing is not warming up. So you want to see a lot of people, as soon as they enter a gym, all they do is just go straight into their working set, or maybe just going straight into the super heavy weights lifting. And within, like, I've had from my private experience, I've injured myself, and it wasn't the nicest injury, to be honest. So and I see with some of my clients who I overtake from either they were training with someone else or they were just training by themselves. A lot of people don't warm up, so they just go straight into the heavy weights and blast off their joints. So the one thing that I would like you to do and to understand that warming up doesn't count as your working set. Let's say if you're doing 3 sets of shoulder press, first 2 sets or 3 sets, depends on the rep range that you're gonna do, gonna be your warm-up sets. So let's just break it through. Let's say you're gonna do heavy between 5 and 8 repetitions. I would do an extra 3 warm-up sets, so to make sure I'm warm enough to perform my first working set. With that said, I would just gradually build up the weight up to my working set. And if you are following any sort of like program or just this random workout that you want to do and it says 3 sets of 8, that means 3 working sets for 8 repetitions. It doesn't include the warm-up sets. So I've got the same thing with my clients when I program them for with my online coaching. I always try to explain that, like, sets that are written down into the program are not a warm-up set. So you do a couple of warm-up repetitions by yourself. So, and then you go straight into the working set, so which will be in this case 3 sets of 8, and all of them gonna be your working set. That necessarily don't mean that you have to increase the weight every set, because that means that still wasn't your working set. You could potentially do, let's say you're doing 20 kilo shoulder press and you're trying to increase every set. You want to do the heaviest lift first, and then from there try to either progress week by week or try to increase just repetitions just to get a bit like progressive overload on that. The second thing that I wanted to talk about is not tracking a progress in the gym. How many times you've done it yourself, or you've seen a friend who's like, oh, let's just crack on this workout. I saw like sick workout by some bodybuilder, CrossFitter, and let's just crack on this like workout of the day and see how it goes. It's all good and great, and you can do that. But in terms of measuring your progress, you want to stick to certain exercises that you're going to do within the next 4 to 6 weeks, so you can actually see the progress throughout this period of time. Because otherwise, what is the really a point of coming in and doing random stuff? Like random, I'm not saying like different exercises are bad, but it is not necessarily you need to change them every week or every workout. I know for some people it's really boring just sticking and doing the same stuff, but to be honest, like when I was on a prep just this year, I stick to my program for almost 3 months, just doing the same stuff, repetitive repetitions, same exercises, trying to like progress within weight and stuff. And trust me, it gets obviously to the point where boring, but you gotta remember, like, okay, I'm doing this for 4 to 6 weeks, and then I'm gonna change my program. You're gonna get a different program or kind of mix up a bit of exercises, but you're gonna keep sticking it so you can see the progress where you come from point A to point Z. Otherwise, I can promise you, it's really hard to measure progress unless you're like badass programmer. The third thing that we're gonna cover today is resistance training. Let me remind you how crucial is resistance training if you want to even lose body fat, or you want to add up a bit of muscle mass. So with resistance training, the more muscle you add to your body, then naturally you're gonna start burning more calories throughout the day, because the body gotta move more, the body has more muscle on you, so the body's gonna work harder to burn more calories throughout the day. And this is where you come to the point of fat loss. Obviously, I'm not saying you can eat bad foods and like high calorific foods and do resistance training. You're obviously gonna, well, that's called bulk, where you actually gonna put on weight while doing resistance training. But the idea behind the resistance training is for you to build up muscle. Let's say you're a little bit like overweight, or you have some extra body fat that you would like to get rid of, you know, but at the same time you want to look you want to have that like muscle definition, and you want to look lean and stuff like that. So what you have to do in this case is dedicate good 4 to 8 weeks for resistance training, even if you feel like you have excess body fat. And I promise you, once you start cutting down, you will notice the muscle mass that you have built during these 8 weeks. That will play a big role when you start cutting down on calories. You're gonna do an extra cardio for that obviously as well, but you're gonna try to keep resistance training going while doing that. With that said, is you just keep going with resistance training for 8 weeks, and after that we can do like a mini cut when you can cut on the calories. You're gonna drop off a body fat, but eating enough protein, you will try to maintain a muscle mass that you build within these 8 weeks. And this is where you're gonna achieve that lean look. Even like a lot of people do that for summer, obviously through the winter. Not everyone try to maintain like such a lean look, but if that's something that you're after, then I would definitely recommend don't do excess cardio, let's say, but focus more on 8-week resistance training. So build a bit of muscle, and then you can start cutting it a little bit down. So, and having a good muscle definition, you will see that lean look of yourself. If you guys enjoyed today's video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next video. Boom.